Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at the game Infinite Galaxy. Today's video is sponsored by the wonderful devs at Camille Games who have invited me to join their new server, and in here I've learnt how to power level, and that's what this video is all about. I'm going to show you how to power level as fast as possible in your first day, or first 10 hours for me, of Infinite Galaxy. And what is Infinite Galaxy? Infinite Galaxy is a long-term strategy game for the mobile. It's for Android and iOS. There's a link in the description for where to download it. You have to open it on whatever device you're using. And when you do get into the game, I've got a promotion code which you can use. You're welcome to use that. It will give you a little extra boost. So, in only 10 hours, I managed to reach 1.5 million power, which is absolutely insane, and I'm going to share to you exactly how I did that. First off, I want to highlight two very important mechanics in the game. One is that new servers spawn every 5 to 6 days, as you can see on screen. Now that's important because each new account gets one of these items. This item lets you transfer to a new server. There's a collection of requirements that are required for using this item. The two main ones is that you need to be under level 8 and you need to have an account that's less than 3 days old, which shouldn't be a problem because you should be able to work out when the new server is going to start. Now I recommend going for assuming that the server is going to start in 6 days. I did it assuming it was going to start in 5 days, and it turned out to be 6 days, so I had to restart and level up in only half a day. So yeah, go for assuming it's going to be in 6 days, so aim to start your account 3 or 2.5 days before the new server is due to go up. Now the new server goes up at 4 AM usually, but sometimes it's extended by an hour or two, as you can see on the list that I showed you earlier. Now another requirement is that you can't have a lot of resources. Now this is important because I'm not quite sure what the number of resources is, other than you can't have over 1000 corium. Now the other resources, I recommend just staying dry of those. Always build ships and all the buildings you can and all the research you can, but do not pop open your resource caches. You do not need to do that just yet. We'll do that when we're in the new server. I'll probably make another video detailing how to do all this stuff at a later time. There'll maybe be a link in the top right if it's already up. But anyway, yeah, basically keep building ships, complete all your research and complete all your buildings. Now it's important to know that you do not need to use any speed boosts at this point. 3 days is more than enough time to get everything to level 7 in your construction and most of the important research done. For research, obviously go for your construction speed and your research speed first. That's going to reduce the number of boosts that we need and make just everything faster when we move into the next server. One other important thing is, while you're on the previous server, explore as much as you can, because when you go into the new server all of that is reset. So I recommend exploring each sector 30 times, which you should be able to do in 3 days, so that you get the first chest of bonuses each time. Now, the important part, starting in a new server. For a first time player, it might not be advised to use this tactic, as the entire storyline, or most of the storyline, is voice acted, but we will be skipping through all of it. Now, with that said, if your only goal is to gain power, then that isn't going to affect your gameplay that much. You can skip through it and not feel bad about missing any important parts. You don't need to know what's going on in the story. So let's start. You've just teleported into your new server. The most important thing to do immediately is to start scouting. You want to explore as much as possible. Do not do the investigations. It's a waste of investigation energy. You want to explore as much as you can so you can get as much of the sector unlocked as possible. Don't bother going to other sectors at this point, just explore your current sector. You want it all explored as fast as possible. Now I don't know if it's intended or if it's a bug, but all the vision that you gained from your exploring on your previous server is carried over into this new server. You will still have to re-explore those stars, but you will have vision of them. You can look inside them. This is important because that's where you'll be teleporting most likely if you want to pick a new spot. Remember that your normal teleport is free to use, it just recharges over time. It is quite slow, so don't spam it too much. Now, after you've sent your first probes out, you want to instantly go back and start upgrading your command center. Get that up to level 8. You do not need to boost at this point, but you can if you want to just quickly spam out a couple more levels. Because while that is going, we will do some other stuff. Next, if you've done what I've done and not joined an alliance in your previous server, which I recommend that you don't do because you get too many resources from the quests if you progress past that quest, now is the time to join an alliance or make your own. This is a perfect time to make your own alliance and get that boosted to the number 1 spot. However, managing an alliance is a lot of work, so maybe you don't want to do that. Just wait for the first alliance to open up and apply there. Everyone at this point should be auto accepting, so it shouldn't be a problem. It doesn't matter which one you join, but the important thing is do not use your alliance teleport. It is a very expensive teleport. It costs 2,000 corium, so do not use that. Wait until you find an alliance that you actually want to join. This alliance just might be someone that's got lucky and made an alliance really quick. Ideally, you want to join an alliance that's in your sector so you can do stuff with them, but don't worry about that. Just join whatever alliance you can at this point. You're just looking to complete this quest. I recommend not traveling to a new sector until you've at least explored 30 systems. That way you can get the exploration reward and you have enough time to figure out what alliance you actually want to be part of. Obviously joining the bigger ones is the best option to start with because you'll get the early bonuses, but don't always join the biggest. It might not be the best. Talk to the leaders, find out which ones are nice, which ones actually want you there, and respect your time. After joining an alliance, the game pretty much opens up. It goes crazy after this. You want to be spamming the bottom left missions, quest missions, I'll probably go between saying both of those, as fast as possible. There are several different kinds of quests that repeat, one of them being to build ships, another being to build a certain building, and another to be to attack pirates. Attacking pirates is the most time consuming because you have to wait for your ships to go there. All the others, we are going to be boosting past them. The early game is by far the best time to use your boosts. Later in the game, the times are just too long for it to be worth it to save your boosts. Just use all your boosts at the start here. Prioritize using your boosts for things that need to be built for the missions, but don't be afraid to just spam them out at this point. You have way more than enough to reach 1.5 million. One thing that isn't explained in the tutorial is the defense platform. By this point you probably have that research unlocked, so you should go ahead and start building one of these. The first one takes 4 hours to build, then 8 hours, and so on and so forth. You want to build these straight away because it gives you a big boost in your power. While spamming through missions, as I said, most of the time will be spent killing pirates. In this time we're going to explore other things to do, like opening crew and upgrading other buildings. Do not get distracted doing other things while you have quests waiting to be completed. Prioritize completing your quests, and only while you have downtime while you're attacking pirates or exploring certain things do you do other things in the game. This is so you can ensure that you get through the tutorial / missions, quests, whatever you want to call them, as quick as possible. Now let's talk about the most efficient packs to buy. Yes, you will probably have to buy packs to progress to this much in the game. It is possible to be a completely free-to-play player. My brother, for example, joined us in this game and he was number 6 in the server at the end of the first day. That said, as the days go on, you will end up falling behind. Anyway, so the most efficient packs to buy are definitely the Federation supplies. This you'll unlock every day and it will give you 500 corium every day along with a few other bonus things. This is by far the most efficient thing to buy. Second is the newbie specials, as you probably might have guessed. As you'll see, the percent of how much they're worth is by far the best of any of the packs that the game offers. So by far, my biggest recommendation is to go for all but the last level of the new Commander building packs. Most importantly, this will give you Eternal Build Q2, allowing you to build 2 things at once, which is just going to make you go so much faster. You can have one that's reserved for whatever you want to boost and one that you're getting up passively. It will also give you a lot of boosts and pretty much all the resources you'll need. I'm on day 5 or 6 now of the server and I still haven't went through all my resource packs. I don't need to. On top of all this, it will give you a healthy stack of corium. Now for this you don't need to spam your corium, but it will definitely help you in areas. Then I recommend at least the first 2 levels of the new Commander Mental Awakening. This will give you bonuses to Lara, which is someone who you'll get for free for your first purchase, which will probably be from the Federation supplies, and a bunch of crew XP. Then, if your deals are the same as mine, inside the daily or weekly deals, there should be 1 legendary deal each. For me, I had one offer that was 7,000 corium for only a couple dollars, which is definitely worth it. Finally, I recommend buying any cheap packs that include Rebel citation devices. These are used to recruit crew, and we want to get as many legendary or epic crew as possible straight away. As I said before, with all this pack buying you'll unlock Lara, which is a legendary crew member, and you'll be able to rank her up at least 2 times. Make sure to rank her up immediately and to use pretty much all your crew XP to boost her to at least rank 10. This will give you an insane amount of bonuses. Put her in your crew slot and start filling up your crew slot with the other epics and legendaries that you might get from opening packs. Any other crew members, that being epic crew members, you should be getting up to at least rank 5 as you collect more crew XP. You should be getting a lot of crew tokens from quests as you're spamming through them, so don't worry about running out. By the end of this 10 hours I had a full crew, one with level 10 and all the rest level 5. With all of this spamming through quests, by like hour 8 or 9, the first thing I ran out of was the ship building speed ups. Don't be afraid to use your corium for the ones that require quests. I personally built an entire fleet using corium and build time boosts. You don't need to do that as the pirates are incredibly easy, but it will help you get your your fleet up, and you'll be able to take on a lot more pirates quicker. Finally, one huge thing that needs to be pointed out is your flagship and leveling that up. It will level up over time from attacking pirates, so you do not need to spend your XP boosts on your main flagship, the Hercules. What you definitely need to do is keep building outfittings for it. You'll get those outfittings in your depot, in the other tab. Just open all the resource boxes and you'll get all the parts to be able to build stuff. The outfitting office opens up when you reach rank 10, which you should do very quickly. Anyway, what you want to be aiming for is a full set of blue outfitting on your Hercules, and then from there you want to just keep making blue items, and then inside your outfitting depot you can dismantle those. Every blue item that you dismantle gives you a blue upgrade, same for purple, same for common. So you want to be spamming that and getting as much upgrades as possible, and try to get all of your ship items up to at least level 3. I did not do that in my first time playing, as I did not realise how good the outfitting was, so you may be able to beat my record of 1.5 million in 10 hours by using the outfittings to boost your flagship. On top of outfitting your flagship is your flagship's rank. For your default ship, the Hercules, the campaign will give you all the blueprints that you need to upgrade to, I think, rank 6. Just keep playing for the RTS campaign while you wait to kill pirates or do whatever other quests you're waiting for. They're very easy up until probably chapter 4, then it gets a little bit harder, but if you're upgrading your ship with outfittings, you should be able to beat it no problem. Until chapter 5, which is when it gets really challenging. That's pretty much it. You'll be able to keep clicking very fast for the next 10 hours, just click as fast as possible, and you'll be able to beat my record with this advice. as this was my first time power leveling, and I got to 1.5 million, number 1 in the server. I did this with a bunch of viewers at the time, and we were all clicking away pretty much for the entire 10 hours, and we all ended up around the 1.5 million mark. There's lots of content in this game, lots of things to do in your first day, and the game does a really good job of helping you get upgraded as fast as possible. So, thanks for watching this video. I genuinely do appreciate each and every view of this type of new content I'm trying. If you want to join us in playing, please join our Discord, the link will be in the description. It has all the information you need. We're on Nebula 54, our alliance name is Concord, we're currently number 1, hopefully we're going to stay it. You're all welcome to join us or our sister alliance Concordia. If you want to get the game, it's free to play, a link will be in the description, as well as a promo code to get you a little bit of an extra head start. Once again, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching.